Roger Smith died at the age of 24, was met by the Savior and asked if he was ready to come home. He said yes, and the Savior gave him his life review, wherein he saw everything he had ever done, what everybody felt around him, and he chose to come back and try to do better. The Savior talked to me, and it was a strange sensation. There was a hearing sensation, but it wasn't as if I was hearing with my ears. When he spoke, not into my ears, but into my mind, there was no possibility of misunderstanding. Everything he said gave me a sense of love. Generally, I was asked some questions about being there, and if I understood what was happening. Answering as best I could about what I knew to be happening, I was asked if I was ready to come home. To the question, was I ready to come home, I answered something to the effect, yes, I think so. Even as I said it, though, I knew I wouldn't be happy where I was going to end up. Most of the questions the Savior asked me were short and to the point, although I've forgotten essentially all of what he asked. The one thing I remember, though, was when he asked me if I wanted to know for sure whether I was ready to come home. To that question, I answered yes. Suddenly, in front of me appeared something that resembled a movie scene, but it was sort of like a play, and I was the main actor. While I watched, astounded, I saw everything that happened to me from the second I was born until the accident, all 24 years. There wasn't a thing in my life that wasn't shown me. It was as if some super VCR were put on fast forward and I could recognize everything that I saw. The scenes were three-dimensional, and they were in color, and what was more important, I understood everything that was happening as I watched my life unfold. Every emotion that was involved in each scene, I felt again. Not just my emotions, but the emotions of others involved in the scenes. Every sense that I had when I lived the event was sensed again by me. And I also sensed the feelings imposed on others by my actions. As the review was complete, he asked me something to the effect, "How do you feel now?" And boy, I felt guilty. There were some good things in the review, of course, but the things that hit me the hardest were the ones that I was ashamed of, the ones where I had hurt people. He told me not to dwell so much on the things that bothered me, rather I should pay more attention to the events where I felt good about them. It seemed to me, though, that there were more of the bad ones than the good ones. The Savior asked me some more questions, and then I was asked again if I wanted to stay or return to the earth. Obviously, since I am here, I said that I wanted to return. Instantly, upon making that decision, I was back in the Volkswagen.